What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to episode 37 of Buckets of Duckets. That's right, I'm your host in Seattle, Washington, Chase Myers. Down there in Louisiana is the very funny Mr. Josh Watts.
Boom! What's up, ladies and gentlemen out there in Ducket land? This is episode 37, which is 13 more than 14. 24?
When the numbers get higher, it gets tough, dude. It gets tough.
Look, dude, the math gets hard, and the math for the podcast now is almost as hard as getting to the truths that the deep state is trying to hide from you, and that's what we're here to do today.
That's
Chase
what this podcast is about.
Are taking this shovel of truth and digging through the mouths and mouths of bullshit that you've all been fed your whole lives while you've been programmed and plugged into the fucking matrix, bro. I've been on Facebook for 3 weeks. My eyes are fucking open, dude. I see a whole nother dimension. Y'all don't even know. I am here to awaken all of you, but not on Facebook because I can't get on anymore. So it's time to wake up. Episode 37, The Great Awakening!
That's what we're here for, people. If this is your first time listening, go ahead and subscribe, rate and review on whatever podcast streaming platform you're on. Hey, man, we want new people. We don't gotta let's be nice to new ones. Those of you that have been here, we appreciate what you do.
Welcome.
About fucking time. YouTube people, what's up? Check out. We just get prettier and prettier every week.
Every fucking week.
Hit subscribe, like, comment, all the stuff. Tell a friend. Tell a couple of them.
Tell all of them.
Get the truth out there. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're about. That's the mission statement of this. Josh already went into it. I don't need to go in any deeper. Who's back there? Who's back there? Josh just randomly started pointing at action figures.
Look at this motherfucker I got today.
What is it? Talk through it.
This is Planet Hulk, Marvel Select Planet Hulk. It looks like it's Hulk like a goddamn gladiator, dude. He's even got Birkenstocks on. Fucking Hulk Birkenstocks.
And we were talking about the truth. That's what motivated you. Yeah, the truth. Like this gladiator Hulk back here. It's exactly like that.
Well, I'm sorry that you don't see the connection between Gladiator Hulk and this Mohawked meat castle being a gladiator of truth for the American people. I'm sorry that you can't connect those dots, Chase. Come on, man. Come on, Chase! Get on this freedom train, bro! Let's lock this down.
Bro, I've been asleep, bro. I didn't realize how asleep I was. I just want to thank you for waking me. You know what I'm saying? Just for waking me. I thought that like conversations were just back and forth. I didn't realize that action figures could easily explain everything in this world. So I appreciate you showing me Gladiator Hulks and other things because, dude, I'm here to grow. You know what I'm saying?
You're welcome.
I'm here to be a better person. And so I appreciate you directing me in that way.
You're welcome. You remember that time I tried to show you that Miss Elizabeth toy had an asshole and you wouldn't look? If you had looked, you know what? You would have known what was coming because that asshole, Miss Elizabeth's asshole.
Yeah. Let me hold on. Let me get ready for whatever's coming next. What about Miss Elizabeth's asshole, Josh Watts?
Miss Elizabeth's asshole is the gateway to truth. And anybody who tries to tell you otherwise is a goddamn gatekeeper and an ableist, and I won't stand for it. Miss Elizabeth's asshole should be open to everybody, and that's what we're here to do. Episode 37, Miss Elizabeth's asshole, The Great Awakening. Here it is, the truth of getting to the deep state.
Hey, man. So, I mean, I think we said it. I think everybody understands. Everybody new to the show clearly knows what this show is. They can definitely tell from these first, 4 minutes. Like, oh, this is a very concise show. I can see exactly what they talk about. Buddy,
this guy yelling makes a lot of sense.
The most sense, bro. You kind of tipped me off to some stuff that happened this week. I heard you out there. You out there rumbling? You out there rumbling again?
Bruh. I'm going to tell you right now, somebody's grandpa almost got fucked up at Chili's last night. And look, that's the most middle-class white guy thing I could say. Hey, the Chili's on the North Shore, Old Man River, I'm going to break your hip next time you get mouthy with me. You understand that? Tell your grandson to fax you the truth.
Dude, Chili's is a sacred place, bro. You don't start shit at Chili's. All right, what did Pam say? All right, I feel God in this Chili's. All right.
So
it's a place of worship. That is not a place of fighting.
I've never in my life been in a Chili's or Buffalo Wild Wings and not felt the presence of God. And that's how I know he's real. Dude, last night we ordered some Chili's to go for the family because we're all just trying to survive through this pandemic. And I wanted some goddamn shrimp pasta. So we ordered Chili's, and it's a lot easier because Chili's is like half a mile from my house, so I could it's nothing. But it's quicker for me to just get in the car and go get it than trying the 30 minutes it takes to get the kids out of the house and into the car and strap down on top of it to drive them somewhere. So,
I don't know if you have to go through all that, but I understand.
You do.
Okay. So I don't have kids, so I yield to you on all of that. So
anytime something moves and they're going to be around it, strap them to it.
Okay.
It's just a good thing. It's just a good technique to have. Like garage door, if you're working on it, strap the kid to it. That way, you know they're always right there with you and not running into traffic.
Yeah, I know. You got to be able to see them. I get you.
Exactly. So I pull up, we ordered Chili's to go. I run down the street to get the Chili's to go. I pull into the Chili's to go parking spot, but it's also a handicap spot, which we've discussed.
Not a problem. It's not a problem for you.
I think my niche market is going to be fighting people over handicap spots. Like those bum fight VHSs that people used to buy. It's going to be just pictures of it, like CDs of me and CDs. It's going to be a DVD laser disc of me in the Chili's parking lot fighting some old fuck.
Dude, you're going to make $1 billion. Is there
any
way I can get in on this? Like, is this the ground floor? I would like to invest. I'm just saying.
The intro is just slow motion fist punching old senior citizens' faces. Dentures are coming out. Oh man!
Like glorious music playing in the background.
Bobby Roode's old theme music. And I have my window down, and I'm just sitting waiting on my goddamn Chili's.
Man, so far you're not the bad guy. So far I'm 100% on your side.
And this old guy was walking around, and I saw him look at my license plate, or what I thought he looked at my license plate. But what he parked next to me and then circled around my car, and I'm like, oh, he's gonna look at my license plate and then walk by and not because he's gonna read it. And his wife is like telling him and trying to like, no, come on. And he walks beside my car, but he takes like a 10-foot berth, like he's way away from my window because I'd have pulled him in. He knew. As soon as he started talking shit, I was just grab him, pull him in the car with me like that.
Hey, get in here, buddy. Let me talk to you right quick. Let me talk directly into your face right quick.
Could you imagine you just walk up and start talking shit on him? I just pull him in the window with me?
Just cuddle you, just hug you, just hold you.
Why are you so full of hate, old man?
Just whisper in your ear. It doesn't have to be this way, old man. It doesn't have to be this way. You could just go get your Chili's.
Go to sleep.
This is a place of love. This Chili's.
And he took this berth out and he looked right in my face. And I usually don't make eye contact with plebeians. Like, why would I even
with
look
mortals?
At you? Yeah, you're nobody. Why? You're not. If I look directly into most people's eyes, their souls would explode right out of their heart. As soon as I made eye contact, all of the moisture in their body would go to their pussy and or balls, and they would just become sopping wet, and then their soul jumps right out their heart. That's why I wear sunglasses all the time. Don't look directly at this podcast, America.
Yeah, that explains a lot of emails that I've been getting about the show. So that actually
my balls are so wet every time I watch.
Every time I mean 5 stars for sure, 5 stars. But like, bring an extra pair of pants for sure if you're gonna check out.
Wettest balls I've ever had.
Like sloppy balls, honestly. Like, just.
So this he's standing out and he stops, and he turns so that he's directly facing me to make sure there's no mistake of, like, he wanted to make sure I knew he was talking to me. And he pointed at the handicap sign and he goes, "You need to learn to fucking read, bub." And first off, being called bub angrily is hilarious. I don't know. It's never happened to me before. Goddamn hilarious.
Bub.
Threw me right off. Didn't know
Listen
what to do
up,
with
partner.
that. Why don't you listen up here, Chief?
Huh? How about that, champ?
Dude, you call me champ, we're fighting.
Dude, absolutely. No man has survived call me champ to my face. That's for sure. All right, I know what that means. It means my shirt's coming off. I'm dead sprinting right at you. That's what that means.
Dead right in. I'm going to run straight through you. You're going to get hit with a train, just a Mohawk Meat Castle train riding right through you.
I'm going to show you a good champion. You're going to see a good champion.
Well, he says, you need to learn to read, bub. And his wife is like pulling his arm to get him away from me. And the fact that he walked behind my car and didn't look at my license plate that says, like, yo, this dude is for real handicapped. That's my license plate says it. Yo,
yeah, hey, for real. Like, hey, chill out.
Handicap.
Straight, dude, totally handicapped. Like, it's legit handicap. Leave him alone. Leave the man alone.
100% legit.
Like, certified.
But instead of being a rational human and just saying, "Oh no, I am," I said, "Why?"
Why? What is?
I just said, "Why? What? Why?" And he
I
said,
made it this far.
Goddamn handicap spot.
I made it this far without learning to read. Why I gotta learn to read now? What's important about that sign, sir?
And look, that.
Oh,
what does that say? That says Chili's, right? His wife was pulling him, like trying to pull his arm to get him away, and he had an LSU, like one of those moisture wicking LSU polo shirts.
Oh, I'm
that
familiar.
Everybody when they drink in Louisiana wears. Like
all your
99% of yep, 99% of fights in Louisiana,
yep.
Somebody's wearing one of those shirts. This old man untucked it.
Oh shit!
I said, "Why?" And he goes, oh. And he started untucking his shirt. And, like, I'm not going to suck your dick. And I don't know. I'll move. I'm not going to suck your dick, though.
See, that's the evolution of fighting in parking lots. Is like nowadays, it's you take the shirt all the way off, take off running at him. Back in his day, it's just a simple untuck. All right, that's just the difference in fighting over years. Yeah, he's running like that man in Happy Gilmore with the nail in his head. Yeah,
he looks like the bushwhackers.
The bushwhackers busting in there.
And like when he untucked his shirt, good on you. Dude was easily 70. Good on you. I don't want to fight. I didn't want to fight. I didn't. And when he untucked his shirt, I was like, well, I mean, this dude, like, he seems like he's serious about it. And then my food came at the same time, and I was like, well, I don't know, man. Just be angry, I guess.
Just sit there and simmer it.
Hey, I don't want no trouble.
I don't want no trouble. I just want to be handicapped. I just want to be handicapped and park in this spot and get my Chili's. All right, that's all I want to do. I don't want no problem with the people.
I started to back out of the space. And I don't know, he had to see my food come, but he took the aura of someone who had just won. And he was really mad. And as I backed up, he just stared me down, like trying to stare through my soul to let me know that he was the alpha. And as I like backed out, he was standing right there, and I scooted up and I rolled my passenger window down. And I said, "Go with Christ." And I did like this.
Peace be with you.
I've never seen, nothing I have said has ever made anybody more angry, I think, than telling him that. He lost his, no, Helen, no, fuck him, no. And he's like pulling his arm away from her. I'm sure he had already started drinking at like walk-ons and then headed to Chili's, but man.
Oh, you don't put that shirt on without day drinking. That is a day drinking shirt for sure. No, that is.
Exactly.
Let's go Magellan or something. Those Magellan LSU Tiger shirts are associated with day drinking for sure. They're sold with the tailgate package. You get that, a Yeti cooler. You get the like little chair that you get to break down and bring to softball games and stuff. That's what comes in that package. It's a good bundle. It's a good bundle. They sell it at Academy. Go check it out.
Saying "Go with Christ" made him so angry, though.
I want to start doing that, dude. I want to start.
It was more satisfying. It was more satisfying than any kind of other than just doming him with the box of French fries from Chili's, this was the best thing that could have happened.
Next time I get into it with somebody, I'm just going to be like, I pray for you every day. And then I'm going to walk away.
People get way angrier at that than they do.
When I was whenever I was in junior high, I was like, I was forced to go to church camps and stuff. My parents would just send me out in the middle of the woods to learn about Jesus. They would just send me no distraction.
That's a Southern thing too.
Just be in a cabin out in the middle of Alexandria, Louisiana, just stranded basically, and no cell phone, like service, nothing. You're just out there, and
no Game Boy, no nothing.
And they make you wake up at 6 a.m, and they just have it's just a whole Jesus day. They just have the whole day planned out, and so Camp Fuego. That was the name of it. Camp Fuego.
That means fire in Spanish.
Yeah. And so one day they would separate like girls from boys or whatever in the cabin. And one day the other girls that are like at my church came in, and they kind of decorated the room. They put streamers everywhere and kind of like messed up the room. Ha, wacky joke and whatever like that. And so
real funny.
Yeah. And so, we're all upset and mad. And look at all this. We gotta get them back. And just 12-year-olds and just that type of energy.
You dumb bitches.
You stupid bitches. And so of course we take it just like way overboard, and we just like fucking kick in their goddamn cabin door and
burn down their cabin.
Yeah, we
beat the shit out of them.
We just burn it down. We started had shaving cream everywhere, like shaving cream, like all over their clothes and shit. Just ruin it, just tearing their pillows with knives and fucking busting, like just completely just went way overboard compared to what they did to us.
You put shaving cream on their face and then just punch them right in the face.
It was too much. It was way too much for what they did to us.
It always is.
And so we got in trouble. We had to go like clean the place, and then they made us like apologize, and so we all had to like one by one walk up and go, I'm so sorry for putting shaving cream in your bag. I never do it again. And I remember telling this girl Stephanie how sorry I was. I wasn't sorry, by the way. Yeah. I wasn't sorry at all. I'd do it again. 31-year-old Chase right now would do it again. I'd go back. I'd just pick a random group of teenage girls, just destroy their clothes. I would do that. And so I do my apology.
Oh, shit, and everybody's gym bag that listens to this.
Look, that's just what happens. All right, you a fan of Buckets of Duckets? We're not easy to love. We're not easy to love. And so I apologized to her, and she did exactly what we were talking about. She goes, we've been praying for you. And it made me madder than I've ever been in my whole life. Praying for me? Motherfucking praying for me. I don't need prayers praying for me. You better pray for you. You better pray you get some money, fix all these goddamn clothes before I destroy them again. Like, I was so upset. And also terrified because they convinced me I was going to hell now. And because that's part of it,
So in 6th grade, a girl told me that she feels sorry for me. That's what it was.
Ooh.
I asked her to go to one of the school dances with me, like whatever it was, and she told me, no, but it's not because something. It's because I feel sorry for you.
That's why I say no?
Yeah, and it was just, my response was, I don't care. You live in a trailer. And I thought, and I like looked around and thought everybody was gonna be on my side, and even in like 6th grade or 7th grade, everybody's like,
too much.
Nah, dude, that was way too far.
I remember,
God damn.
My grandfather, my stepdad's dad, he was he was in the Korean War. I think he was in World War II. And he's just a badass old man. And whenever he was like 80 or something like that, and I was I guess probably around that same age. I was probably in junior high or something. One of our neighbors, I live out in the woods. One of our neighbors was just shooting guns. And I guess a bullet came close enough to my grandfather's house. And this 80-year-old man just went over there and tried to gouge this man's eye out. Like he drove up. Like, oh, by the way, like the dad of a friend of mine that we like rode the bus together every day that I like grew up with. My grandfather went over there, like knocked on his door, and apparently, I mean, I didn't see it. I'm listening to my buddy Jake. He's explaining how crazy my grandfather was. And then, like opened the door and like old man, like slow motion punched, like was putting combinations together, like trying to like take him out, like reach to like gouge his eye and shit like that. Like, dude, my grandfather would have fought you in that Chili's. Okay, like
I love it, dude. Good.
Yeah. No, man,
that's the generation I respect.
Yeah, his shirt was already untucked, dude. He just walked around ready to go. There's no getting ready. All right,
that dude,
he's ready.
Like, visibly making a big deal about untucking his shirt made me laugh because I know you said it jokingly, but like, oh, that's the generational difference. Because I would have ripped mine off and thrown it on the ground or thrown it in their face or something. This man is just like, I'll take my belt off too, you son of a bitch.
It's coming. When the belt comes off, you better not still be around here.
These are my fancy Wranglers too, you fuck.
These are my Brett Favre Wranglers. I'll kick the shit out of you in these. These ain't that new school Drew Brees shits. These are them Brett Favre Wranglers, all right?
Bruh, every week when we start to record this show, somebody tries to fuck us, right? Every week.
Constantly.
Every week. Google, Apple, my microphone, my headphone, our internet connection, some of y'all. This chair tried to fuck me once. It fell over while I was trying to. Everybody tries to stop us. They try to silence and censor our voice. And so far, it hasn't worked because we're still here bringing you the truth.
Resilient.
Every week.
You got to bring more than that, Steve Jobs.
But the potential fucking of my asshole went up to a whole new level this week.
Oh, shit.
Bruh. All right. My wife, we'll call her Michelle for this episode.
Okay.
Has she
protect
has
her identity. Good job.
Yeah, I don't need people knowing her. She had her car that she drives to and from Baton Rouge is a Honda, and it needed the engine light came on. I had to take it to the dealership, and I take it to the Honda dealership, and the light came on because the gas cap wasn't getting a seal anymore, and it popped out a valve in the bottom, and that cost me $400 to get a new gas cap.
Just the cap. You just you just replace the cap. That's $400. Okay.
Yeah,
how's
labor and parts?
How is the labor not just like pulling it off of the shelf, opening the box, screwing it on? Like how
that is the labor. Yeah. How is that $300? But then,
how's your asshole feeling?
These motherfuckers walked out here and told me, your brakes are really bad. They're almost metal on metal, and we recommend that you change them today while you're here. It's only $975, and we'll do it. We'll do it right now while you're back there. We'll take $1,000 from you right now. We don't mind.
One easy payment of $1,000, and it's all over with. No fuss. No trouble. Just go ahead and make $1,000 decision within these 30 seconds, and we'll go ahead and knock it out. No problem.
He told me metal on metal. Now, look, I'm not a car guy. I'm not great with cars. I was a transportation unit manager for the federal government when I worked for Homeland Security for 5 years. So I know a little bit about cars. I also understand that brakes, if they are metal on metal, they make noise and don't stop your car. Our car was stopping fine. Like there was no noticeable issue. But Michelle drives an hour to and from work, so I was a little worried. But I'm not gonna pay you $1,000. So let me get a second opinion. Let me find somebody to get a second opinion before I pay you fucks. And dude, on my way out, they pull my car around. He really tried some of the brakes. They pull my car around, and the guy, dude, he goes, look. I understand you don't want to get the brakes today, but I just need to voice to you that we are not happy and we don't feel comfortable with you driving away with your car's brakes in this condition. And I was like, you don't feel comfortable not taking $1,000 from me is what you're, that's what you mean?
Yeah. Like, I just won't be able to sleep tonight if I'm not $1,000 richer, to be honest with you.
If you leave here with enough money to take care of your family, I'm going to be sick to my stomach.
Dude, disgusting.
And I was like, I think it'll probably be okay. It'll probably be fine. You know, just, it stopped on the way here. I imagine it'll stop. The car will probably stop. So I leave. We make an appointment with this place. It's hold on. It's one of those little shit. Hold on. Zoe's right here. Hold on.
Josh's daughter just walked in.
I'm sorry about that, man.
Unacceptable. How dare you have a family and a loving child?
All right,
so you had to go.
Okay, Honda. We're going to get the second opinion on the brake job because I think they're trying to fuck me in my asshole hard. They're gonna fuck my checkbook through my asshole. And look, I tell you what, nah.
You gotta stop keeping your checkbook in your asshole, man. Like, that's just.
It's convenient. I
get it.
It's just a little pouch.
I understand.
Just stick it up there.
Look, man, I got all kind of treats and chapstick and stuff in mine. I get it.
A little couple almonds.
Yeah, man, just trail mix and stuff in case I'm ever just abandoned or lost. My brakes don't work. You know, I get it.
So we go to this place, this little like one of those it's been open for like 60 years or something, and the same guy is still running it, and they don't give a fuck how you feel about anything. Like,
yeah,
wasn't a mask in the place. They're all smoking. You want your car fixed? Shut up. We'll fix it. But don't, like, just, small town Louisiana mechanic. And I take it in there and I wait outside because I'm so fucking paranoid about nobody having a mask on.
Right.
I brought Lysol because I knew that they were going to be in and out of my car, and I just assumed they weren't going to wear a mask.
Yeah. It's a pretty good assumption.
It's like such a garage that there isn't a waiting spot. When they were like, "Oh, you're going to wait?" You can sit on one of the parking blocks, like the little block that people park in front of. Like, nobody waits. And they took my car, like, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours I was waiting. And then they finally got my car in. 30 seconds after they pulled it in, the guy called me in there and he's like, "Hey, you want to come look at this?" Brake's perfectly fine. He was like, if you came to me to order and asked to do a brake job, I would tell you no because your brakes they're fine. There's nothing wrong with them at all. And I was like, he told me they were metal on metal. And he's like, no. And he showed me how good they were. He's like, these I don't know
these are the greatest brakes I've ever seen.
I would take these brakes home right now, give them a steak dinner and let them fuck my wife. All right. That's how good these brakes are. I'll cook them a ribeye and let them go to town on Mrs. Mechanic. But you know what? We don't have to do that. You could just put your tire back on your car and go home and save $1,000. And I was like, well, I told them I just wanted a second opinion when I got there. And I was like, and if I do need brakes, I'd rather get it done here than at a dealership. And that guy, he was like, no, your brakes are fine. I just think they were trying to fuck you.
Calls it like he sees it.
Dude, it made me laugh so hard. Them dealerships, they like to fuck you.
Yeah, it sounds like a good fucking was about to happen. I think that's what that was. I think
if you look right here,
like
this
a
is classic
case of dick to butt. I think that's what was going on. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, dude, my car was gonna smell like asses and elbows and $1,000 less. But he was like, yeah, I'll just put your tire back on. You can go. And I was like, oh, you're not gonna. Is there a charge? He's like, no, what am I charging for taking your fucking tire off? And I was like, I paid $400 for a goddamn gas cap. I don't know.
Dude, what are things anymore? I have no trust. I don't know. How much do things cost?
And I know when I got in the car, I texted Michelle, my wife, for this story. And I was like, oh, we don't need new brakes. We're $1,000 safer. And I was like, that's weird, though, because that guy told me right to my face.
Yeah, he cried.
And then as soon as I put it like that, then I get like, I do this all the time to make myself angry about stuff. I'm like, you said to my fucking face Here's a side note example. My dentist, I bugged the shit out of my kid's dentist to switch the emails from Michelle's to mine because I'm the one that usually takes them. I'm the one that's home with them, so I need to know. And the girl at the counter, I was like, so there's no spam, no random junk email. You don't sell my address. And she's like, no, we won't do that. I got like 3 emails that my dentist was up for Man of the Year for St. Tammany or whatever, something. And I lost my goddamn mind because I was like, why am I getting these junk emails? And then I was like, she told me that I wasn't going to get those. She told me right to my fucking face that I wasn't going to. And then I just start like, then I'm instantly like 10 degrees hotter.
Yeah. I guess the truth just doesn't matter to people. I guess people just go around making promises willy-nilly. Like my goddamn 3 emails. Now, who's going to delete these emails? Huh? Who's going to
You know when you're mad and you can't think right because you're so angry?
Dude, yeah.
Maybe not you. All right. So I got mad and I called and I was like, I don't give a shit if he's running for Woman of the Year or whatever. I won't want spam emails. Take me off of this list. And then she was like, okay. And then I hung the phone up and was
Fine.
like, you dumbass. And then I was like, fuck, I have to take both of my kids there to have their teeth cleaned forever now.
Well, time to find a new dentist.
Whoops.
Who's the second best man of the year? I'll read to him. Give him a shot. I like underdog, you know?
I was so mad that I thought saying he was running for Woman of the Year was like a sick burn. I thought I fucking had him. Because it's put on by the something women's gala. And I was trying to, I don't know. And I was so mad that I was like, I'll say he's a woman. Because there's nothing worse than being a woman.
I can't think of a possible thing.
I'll drag this rich dentist down a couple of pegs by yelling at this poor girl that he hired to work for the phones of his office. But anyway, so I get in the car. Fuck her. So I get in the car. And I'm like, that's so weird that he told me right to my face that I needed, it was metal to metal. He fucking told me right to my goddamn face. And I'm driving between this mechanic and home is the dealership.
Yeah.
And it took everything in me to not turn into the dealership and go, hey, you fucking said.
You said you cared about my family. You said you were worried about the protection of my family. To my face.
All you cared about was your bank account. You make me sick. I was so mad. I was thinking of what I was going to tell him and tell everybody. I was going to make a big scene and tell everybody, don't go. He's going to fuck you. And this guy, you're going to get fucked for sure. I can tell your dumb face. Your dumb face is going to fall for it.
He's gunning for you immediately. I smell the weakness on you.
Oh, your sweet little asshole's about to get ripped wide open. You don't even realize. Look at your dumb face.
You are not prepared for a dealership. Let me tell you that.
Yeah. And I mean, I was to the point of almost pulling in. And luckily, I started thinking about, well, this would be a good story for the podcast. And then I thought about you and how many times you've pulled me back from this very ledge. And I just you're my conscience. I just heard you in my head. No. Nobody's going to care. You're just going to be a crazy dude that runs up and, of course he lied to you. He's a fucking car dealer. Of course you got lied. Of course you got lied. You can't grab a snake and get bit and get mad at it because it bit you. It's a snake. That's what they do.
That tiger went tiger. It's a Chris Rock joke.
I'm going to tell you right now, if I ever see that motherfucker, I remember his face. Perfect. Crystal clear, locked into my brain, into the nemesis section of my brain. And if I see that motherfucker, I don't care if it's at the Chili's. I don't care if it's at the Olive Garden. I hope it's at the Walk-Ons. You better pray it's not at the Buffalo Wild Wings. And if it's at the Chimes Taco Beer Truck, you're getting butt fucked in front of everybody you've ever cared about. I swear to God, I'm going to rip my shirt off and just charge him, and he's going to have no idea why he's getting mauled. And I'm just, as I'm doing it, $900 for brakes? I didn't even need brakes. And then I was like, this is righteous anger. I'm going to yell at this dealership. And everybody's going to applaud and then take their cars and get out of there. And then Honda's going to buckle as a company.
Hey, you know what? This guy makes a great point.
Hey, yo, let's get our cars and get the fuck out of here. But I just drove by instead and went, you motherfuckers.
Nah. It probably felt better, honestly. It probably
did because the people probably wouldn't have rallied around me, helped me burn down the Honda like I wanted. And anything less than burning down the Honda and heads on a pike would have been a disappointment. Why even bother?
Yeah. See, if I still lived in Louisiana, we could have planned this out. I would have been like a mole. I'd have been like just like I'd have gone in 20 minutes earlier, just been sitting in the waiting room, waiting on you to come through. When you come through, I'd have stood up and just applause. Just
hey, y'all, this guy makes a great point.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for standing up for the little guy.
You must be a true patriot and probably a veteran.
You're probably a great family man who takes care of both of their kids all day. That's probably you. I bet you have an amazing podcast too, don't you?
Which is even worse that they're trying to fuck you over. You're someone's father. Someone's father.
That's right, everybody. Honda doesn't care about the family. It's just...
Come on, y'all. Let's take our car somewhere they give a shit about family values. I'm still mad. Like, I'm joking about it. We're laughing right now, but I am still fucking furious. That dude would have just taken $1,000 and done nothing.
Yeah. All right. So you
I need a job where I'm in a position to hurt people. I need a job where I'm in a position to fuck somebody over. Can I be a judge? Or like, bailiffs could probably fuck somebody over. I could be a prison guard that slips somebody a knife. Dude, I'll be corrupt. I don't care. If I believe in the cause, I'll be corrupt.
By any means necessary. Yeah. Hey, cool, man. Josh just gave the fucking cowabunga sign. Rip him up, bro.
Just showing how cool I am.
All right, so you are 3 weeks. I think you might even be a little longer, dude. I think you're closer to a month of no social media. So I would like to update you on what's taking over the internet this week for another week. Bernie memes are still going hot. They've been nonstop.
It's funny that you're doing this. Michelle asked me, she asked me the other day, hey, I almost want you to get back on social media so that you can tell me what this Jason Collier thing is. And then she was like, you know what? Why don't you text Chase and ask him? And we went through this whole thing instead of you could just Google it. You could just type it in Google.
Nah, you got to be on social media.
I have no idea what it was. I still don't know.
You got to have a college email to do it. So that dude's story, that one's kind of been the B plot of this week. That one's, I don't really even know who he is, but apparently he just had 3 wives and a bunch of girlfriends and nobody knew anything about each other, and it all blew up in his face. And so, but I know that just from headlines and seeing tweets, but it's honestly been kind of secondary to me. The thing that did happen this week that has everybody going crazy is GameStop, bro. The fucking GameStop stock. Does this register at all to you? Is this entered into your world at all, bro? Okay.
In our group message, dude, I deleted all the news apps off my phone too, because they all every news app now shows you somebody's tweets. And if I'm going to read shitty tweets about a news article, I might as well be on Twitter. So I have nothing other than our group message with Mike and Travis and other comic friends. Travis said something. Morgan, our friend Morgan, Big Baby Morgan Wright, is a hedge fund manager at GameStop. Is that right?
Yeah, it was a tough week for him. Okay, so it was one of those things where, all right, so GameStop's stock went up like 300% or something this week, right? It's been gradually going up over the last couple months.
Didn't they just close hundreds of stores though?
So yeah, so here's I'm gonna give you all the details, right? So it was one of those things where how people don't know shit. You know how nobody knows a goddamn thing. And then
I've heard of such things.
Yeah, and then a story like this breaks, and now everybody is experts on the stock market. That's what's been happening this week. I have learned more about the stock market from more dummies than I've ever experienced in my life. Every unemployed friend of mine made $1 billion this week. So basically, by the way, so the movie The Big Short with Steve Carell, right? I love that movie. I fucking love that movie. This kind of it has something to do with people shorting stocks, which is funny because I watched that movie and I would tell you, man, that's probably one of my favorite movies. Like if I started listing movies and they were like, yeah, this is just kind of like what happened there. And I have no idea what that means. I have no idea.
That movie's in my list of movies to watch. I haven't gotten around to it, but now that you said that, I will go watch it.
Yeah, it's a great movie. Quicker. So basically what this is how I've been able to understand it in my brain. It's people will borrow stock from GameStop, right? You can apparently that's a thing. You can borrow. I don't know shit about money. I've never I've never made money my whole life. Money is all the money I've ever made. Stock. Yeah, all the money I've ever made has been accidental. I've just been acting goofy and telling stories for 10 years and somehow I've been able to pay my bills through that. But there's no plan. I don't know how it happened. But every day I look at my bank account and it's doing all right.
Money there.
Buckets of motherfucking ducats, people. And so this is what it is. Basically, you can borrow stock, pay like a percentage. So say the stock is like $10. You pay like $1 fee to borrow the stock. You sell it to somebody else. They buy it at that $10. And then you sell it with the intention of this stock is definitely going to drop. And whenever it drops to say, I don't know, $6, now you buy it back, but you get to keep the $3 difference of that $6 and so that's what people are doing. So what they do is they start to look at these companies like GameStop, where they're closing all these stores and they're going, this company's going down soon. So they'll start borrowing all this stock and selling it out. Well, a group of people on Reddit band together and started to notice these things because we've had 9 months of a pandemic and people got to learn some new hobbies. And there's all, the Robinhood app is the one that's kind of like squarely catching the shit for this because they're like the one that's like, hey, the small man should be able to invest too. You know what I'm saying? And so
I've seen Robinhood commercials on TV. I've seen the commercials on TV. This is why I'll never be rich because this is money at a level I've never thought of buying stocks and selling them back to trade. Like, if I want to be rich, I'm like, oh, I won't go out to eat this for a week.
I guess no food this week. That'll be an extra like $100. That'll be nice. There you go. Hey.
Not to mention that all the action figures behind me.
I'll cancel all my TV subscriptions. That's what I'll do, and then I'll
cancel Netflix and re-sign up with another address to get 3 months free. There you go.
No more Starbucks in the morning. That's at least $1 million. That's at least $1 million a month. And so what the Reddit people started doing was they just started buying up GameStop stock like crazy. So now all the stock is jumping up higher than it's ever been. So all these people that sold it at I'm using $10 just so all the people that sold it at $10 thinking that they're going to make their money back, all these fucking hedge fund billionaires who are betting on the company going down, we're now fucked because suddenly the stock they sold for $10 expecting to get back is hundreds of dollars. And so it like put these big companies out of business, like these big other hedge funds had to just completely give up. It got so bad that Robinhood literally stopped that you could not buy GameStop stock, which now everybody is fucking furious at them because they're like, your whole fucking thing has been the little guy should be able to invest. You're stealing from the rich and giving to the fucking poor, Robin Hood. And so that's what was going on. So now it's class warfare going on out here, bro.
Fuck. Let's go. I'm ready.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking game time. And so it's just been nonstop all week about, these poor billionaires are going to have to sell their other yacht. What are you going to do with just one yacht? Why are we not thinking?
You're a big asshole with one yacht.
What are we thinking about that? They have lives and houses and mistresses. What are you doing to these poor people? Just these pundits are getting up on the news and it's like, this is just like insider trade. It's just like what we do, except for they did it now, and it's not fair, and I don't like it. And they're supposed to stay poor. They should be poor. They're not supposed to be rich. This is dumb, and it's mean. It's not right. It's not right.
Why do you want money too?
I was just trying to bet on a company going bankrupt and be Weasley about it, and these people over here ruining my plan. I would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for you damn Reddit kids. And so now everybody's mad. Everybody's mad. People, the other company, they didn't get as big a bump, but AMC also Basically, all the companies that millennials loved as children and stuff, that's the ones that they all targeted. We're going to save AMC, we're going to save GameStop, and it fucked over all these hedge fund people. And it's
good.
It's been good.
I hope the movie theaters get saved.
Yeah.
That's I fucking love going on, sitting in a movie real high and just passing out and throwing up on people.
Remember when we went to go see Transformers 4 and we got off, we had to sit like the immediate, like it was packed. We had to sit in the fucking front row, like the very front row, just neck straight back. We were in there for 3 minutes and went, fuck this, and walked out. And we stormed out of that movie. We were so angry. We were like, I just came to fucking watch some robots fight. I gotta goddamn go to a physical therapist now because I strained my neck. This is fucking bullshit.
What are all these other assholes doing here opening night of this blockbuster movie?
Huh. I just wanted a nice night out with my best friend. And you guys all ruined my night. It ended up being the best thing we ever did, though, because that movie was fucking garbage. I'd have been fucking furious if I'd have sat through that and watched Mark Wahlberg try to act. I don't get it. Sometimes he's a great actor, and sometimes it's like he's never read anything.
I fucking love Mark Wahlberg. I'll watch every movie he's ever in, unless it's a Transformers movie. Mark Wahlberg is like, The Rock understands that he is The Rock, and he does Rock movies. He gets it. Michelle gets so mad at me because every time this comes on, or we see it on the TV, or it comes up, I start ranting about Transformers. Mark Wahlberg is hired as an American inventor deep in southern Texas named Cade Yeager. Get the fuck out of here. The dude barely looks like he understands how he's breathing and moving at the same time. And, I think I found a fucking Transformer. Hey, guys, this is a fucking Transformer.
It's a Transformer.
God damn. And then there's even screens, like, there's parts of the movie the green screen's not finished. The people hunting them down are looking at a wall of computer screens. And if you watch, even on the DVD, like streaming right now version, there's still some of the screens are just blank green screen.
Dude, hilarious. I never noticed that.
You. It's just like those South Park commercials. Come see giant robots because, I don't know, fuck you.
And that's what I want. I wanted to see that. I wanted to see giant robots fight, but they somehow made me not like it. The part that always drove me crazy was that whole unnecessary, the older son, or the boyfriend is trying to date Mark Wahlberg's underage
and he had
daughter.
The card in his wallet?
That was so it's like a 19-year-old trying to date a 17-year-old. And so they're having this whole beef the whole time where Mark Wahlberg's like, you're a grown-ass 19-year-old man. What are you doing with my 17-year-old child? And then the 19-year-old grown man's like, well, because of this article in the law, I could totally fuck your daughter. And then he pulls out from his wallet a laminated copy of this says it's okay for me to fuck underage girls. See? Stupid dad. Stupid
Pedo pass, you dumb fuck. Pedo pass, Cade Yeager.
Huh? Maybe read the law every now and then while you're inventing shit over there.
Signed by Joseph R. Biden.
I can smell all the child hair I want. It's right there.
Michael Bay was so uncreative in that and so checked out by that they called that the Romeo and Juliet law. And that kid just carried it around in his wallet laminated. If I have a daughter, and if someone later on is older and dating her and they have a card in their wallet that tells me the laws that legally allow them to have sex with my daughter, they're not going to, I'm going to murder them. They'll be dead. Even if the relationship works out forever now, let's say they get married and have forever now, your father-in-law's first interaction with you was you showing him a laminated card of the law that says you can fuck underage girls. And then who knows? You can be the 46th president of the United States.
Huh? Hey, we're equal opportunity over here, people. We give Biden shit too. All right? Look, I know you had a year of us bitching about Trump. We're coming for Biden's ass too. Yeah, everybody gonna be real confused. So no one knows what we believe. So I did so Thursday. Tacoma Comedy Club out here near Seattle, reached out to me and
I thought that was the one that ended up being the burger place.
Yes,
it's still
it was always a comedy club. They only became a burger place because comedy's illegal here. We haven't been able to perform in any capacity in Washington.
But it's still a comedy club. They're just doing burgers until it's
they just.
Oh, all right. Okay.
Yeah,
I misunderstood. I thought they like gutted and now they're a restaurant.
No.
Like the club. Okay.
No, they just started selling more burgers. They just added to the burger. And so what happened was around Thanksgiving, they cut back some more restrictions. And they were like, you can no longer dine in restaurants. So it was all takeout. So they were losing some more money trying to. And so what they decided to do was they were like, well, we can do private shows. And if people that all live in the same household want to spend crazy amounts of money on a ticket, we can do shows for them. And that was like, okay. So on Thursday, the club reached out to me, asked me if I wanted to perform. They're like, they explained to me a thing. I was like, yeah, absolutely, man. I would love to fucking do it. And so that happened last night. We're recording this on Saturday. The show was Friday. And bro.
But wait, I gotta know. The tickets, they have for like 4 or 5 people.
$100, like $100 piece.
Right. It has to be enough money to justify opening the club up and paying, right?
Yeah, so the burger place is still taking to-go orders. So people are coming in and leaving with food, but they can't stay and sit and eat anymore. So they are still making some burger money. And so this was their other way of having income. So, dude, so I performed for 8 people last night.
Fuck yeah.
And, bro, it felt so fucking good. Like, So the other places I performed live since the pandemic have been Coos Bay, Oregon, and if you've listened to this for even a half a second, you know how I feel about that place and that casino. And so performing there was not truly I was babysitting when I went up there because I'm just dealing with people they're older, they don't really understand me. They're kind of just. They don't seem to like comedy ever at that fucking venue. Like, I don't get it. And the stuff they do like is comedy that I don't respect. And so I've just never had a good time there. And so whenever I've done 8 shows there, so, over the last like 6 months or something, and it never felt like comedy. But last night, like, felt like comedy. Like it was like, it was just so good, dude. I got to do 30 minutes. Travis was on the show with me, my roommate.
Yeah.
So that was.
His hair looks fucking dope.
He's doing the long hair thing.
It's been, whatever, but his hair looks great.
Yeah, he's doing the long hair thing. He's pulling it off. We traded hair. Somebody made that joke last night. Was that me and him traded hairstyles? And so it's me and him on the show, and we're both doing 30 minutes, and we didn't know who the other person was on the show. And it's about 10 minutes before showtime, and he's still not there. And then they come tell us, they're like, hey. It's Andrew Rivers. He's gonna come late, and Andrew is a buddy of mine. Me and him actually toured last year together.
I recognized his name. Yeah.
Yeah, me and him toured last year together. He was he's a Seattle comic. He born and raised out here in the Pacific Northwest. His father was he was like a radio DJ out here for years and years.
Shit.
And so he wanted to go do some shows in the South because he had just never been in the South. So he booked like a show in Biloxi, Mississippi, Pensacola, Florida, and Mobile, Alabama. And he was like, who can I bring to protect me in these places? And I was like, buddy, I was born in the darkness, dude. I was like, I know all about those places, man. I am right at home. I told him too. I was like, are you sure you want to bring me? Because it might not be fair. That might not be a fair thing to do to bring me because I fucking destroyed those shows. We fucking did those shows a killer. And so I have like a little soft spot for Andrew. Travis, he kind of bothers Andrew bothers Travis. Travis, they've been in the scene together for over a decade. Travis just has some issues with him. And so
there's another comic that you're talking about that Travis just won't even acknowledge, right?
You and Travis have a lot of similarities. I have
love it.
My two best friends are ready to fight at any moment. Like they're fucking ready to go. They're about their shits. And I'm always there with you, but I'm just the softer like mediator for both of you, honestly, for both of you.
You gotta type. You gotta type.
Yeah. So me and Travis immediately start going like, "Oh, what a fucking move!" Because we're three headliners, and so it's like, "What a fucking move!" So he's gonna show up late so that way he closes the show. Oh, okay, we see your fucking move, Andrew. Blah blah blah. So we're all doing that, and then me and Travis are trying to figure out who's gonna go up first between it because there's no host. It's just 30 minutes, 30 minutes, 30 minutes, and we all have egos. You know, we all want to close the show, and so me and Travis kind of have the conversation. Travis is a better, like, this sounds shit. Like, you're a better host than me, so you should host. Like, that's equally as shitty of a thing as what Andrew did. But it's true. He is a better host than me. Like, I don't feel like, I don't know what it is. And so he bit the bullet and he went up first. And Travis hasn't performed since like July. That was the first time he had done a show since like July. And it was really interesting to watch because, obviously I enjoy Travis. I mean, we definitely, and so I'm watching, and it was very cool to watch. I could see him like getting back in rhythm through the set, and I could see like things clicking, and I saw I was like, Travis doesn't lack confidence, but I saw him like gaining more confidence as he went, and it was really cool. And then Andrew shows up, right? And like I said, me and Andrew, we're buddies, and so Andrew's kind of talking to me, but he's kind of being loud. And Travis from the stage, there's only 8 people in the audience, and so Travis from the stage goes, "Andrew, could you shut the fuck up? All right, he's like, you show up late just so you could go last. I know what the fuck you did." And then he just goes right back into his act. God damn. Perfect. Yeah. Dude, yeah. But man, I went up. My set was I started off just like, bro, doing this podcast every week, I think really did make me like a stronger comic. Like it's like as far as in the way of like, my style. I was always real like meticulous with like, I'm gonna do this, this, and I would kind of stick to like, this is the act, this is what I'm doing, and I'd hit those beats better than anybody fucking could. And I would do that. Walking. And I would do that. And but I want to be looser. I want to be able to kind of say stuff that's happened in the week, or kind of be free to not be scared.
To be like, "Hey, where do you work? Good job. Fuck you," right?
Exactly. Hey, dude. I want to make fun of somebody for a tight shirt. I want to look at that motherfucking tight shirt. Look at that. Look at that tight ass shirt he got on over there.
Front booty ass with a tight shirt.
Oh, mister, look at my muscles over there with your tight shirt. Oh, tight shirt ass, dude. And so I want to be able to do some of that. But no, it was nice because I walked out and I basically kind of like retold some of the stories that we've told on the podcast. Like I talked about my work, surprising me with that sign after I called them all motherfuckers and stuff. And like, just like that kind of back and forth. I just talked about how weird it is being on social media or doing dating apps and stuff right now. And how that's made me even more shallow than I used to be, because now if you got to be a different level of hot for me to be like, are you hot enough for me to have a breathing problem for the rest of my life? You know what I'm saying? Like I got like, that's it. So I kind of talked about those type things. I talked about how, how I immediately adapted to delivery. Like, absolutely. The no contact delivery, please. I'll never look a delivery driver in the eye ever fucking again. You leave that shit at my door. You get the fuck out of here. You text me a photo. That's what you do. Okay. No interactions ever again with delivery. I'll tip you well. I don't want to fucking see you. I don't want to see you ever again. I had no idea that I had that power just to put in the notes, leave the shit at my door. Don't talk to me. I didn't realize that was something you could do. Yeah. And so,
I treat every driver like I'm an Ellen and they work on my show. Every one of them.
Every one of them. And so, yeah, man, it was just cool. And then it was just great. Me and Travis, like, we carpooled. So then we had to have, like, the comedy talk. That. Right, man? Like, the comedy talk on the way home. Like, we were so just like giddy and excited, and like, yeah, bro. And like, we got paid cash that night. And we immediately, like, we were driving back and we were like, I gotta, he's wanting to stop and get beer. I'm like, I need to go get weed. And it's like, I'm going to stop, in my head. I'm like, I need to stop by an ATM. I was like, oh no, I got cash tonight. Somebody gave me money tonight. And I like, there's this, so back up with the cash tonight thing. There's this, when I worked at this grocery store as like a teenager, there was like one of the managers there, like gave me this like little bit of life advice that I've thought about forever. And
was it Carter's? Was it Carter's?
It was Parker's in Port Vincent. It was the other one.
Right.
Yeah,
It was the other one.
You know, I'm deeper in the woods.
Everybody from where we're from worked at one of those two grocery stores at least.
That's your first job. It's either there or Raising Cane's. That's your first job. And so he told me one time that he had this whole theory about slow money is better than fast money. So like, if I know I'm only getting paid every 2 weeks, I have to pace myself. I won't spend as crazy, whatever. Fast money you spend immediately because it's coming. It's immediately coming, whatever. And I've told Travis this theory. I'm like, yo, it's a real thing because we've both had to experience that now since the lockdown of just working regular jobs and just getting a paycheck and not just getting paid 4 or 5 nights a week and just who gives a fuck? Like I didn't even, I didn't have this an hour ago. Now I got it. Fucking, I'm going to make it again tomorrow. So just keep going. And so, we were immediately like, fast money, baby, we ain't learned shit, let's go spend it. So we went and immediately spent all the money on drugs and alcohol last night. It's already gone. I didn't take it up. That's why I'm not good at stocks. I couldn't even invest in GameStop the money's gone, baby, I need weed. And so so we did that, and it was just that great high rush because for 8 people, they were really good. They were into it. They were on top of stuff. I got an applause break.
Well, you're gonna pay that much money, you better be into it.
Right? Yeah, exactly. And I also made fun of them. So this happened. So they've been doing these private shows for probably 3 weeks now, 3 weekends or something like that. And they actually just lifted some more restrictions. And so next week, we can actually start doing regular stand-up again with 25% capacity. So this club is opening back up next week. And so...
y'all are fresh on everybody's mind.
But I had to point it out to the crowd. I literally did it from the stage. I was like, so next week, right? We're back up into 25% capacity, huh? How you guys feel about that? And they didn't quite understand where I was going with it at first. And they were like, yeah. And I was like, yeah, opening stuff back up. So how do you feel about that you spent $1,000 a ticket when you could get this for $5 in a week? And
You
perfect.
Dumb fucks!
You dumb fucks. I even did the whole, I don't know if I should say this thing. The business might get mad at me type. But they laughed at it. They thought it was hilarious because they don't give a fuck. They burn their money. These are rich people I was performing for. And so, yeah, man, I'm back at it. They're doing an open mic. I'm doing 2 more shows tomorrow. I'm doing,
fuck, man. That's awesome.
I'm doing a 1 p.m. show and a 3 p.m. show for, 6 to 8 people a show. And man, it's great. I kind of was like, this is how I want to do comedy from now on. I just want you just bring me 8 people that spend $1 million on each ticket, and I'll just do that. I'll just do 30 minutes. Give me 2 other solid feature headliner guys, and we'll all just crank out good shows. It was so perfect because I'm about to go back on the road. I'm going to let me get some dates in here right quick, sir.
Motherfuck, man.
Let me get it going. So, ladies and gentlemen, February 10th through 14th, I'm going to be in Tulsa, Oklahoma at the Looney Bin Comedy Club. The next weekend, I'm going to be February 18th through the 20th in Wichita, Kansas at the Looney Bin Comedy Club there. So please come check that out if you're in the area. But yeah, it was really good because I got to get these shows in before going and do that.
Right.
And so I'm going in with all kind of confidence, dude. I felt really good. It felt really awesome for it to click. For a minute or 2 in, suddenly it was like, oh yeah, man, I've done this literally thousands of times at this point. My body just went right back into muscle memory. And dude, I was all fired up, bro. I was up. Travis told me he was up till 6 a.m. last night, just wired. Yeah.
I miss it so much, man. I had a chance to do the Stone Drunk Sober show in Lafayette. And I know if I go, even masked, I'm going to be tongue kissing every comic I see there that I haven't seen in forever.
Yeah.
I'm going to be sneezing on people on purpose. I want to do it so bad, but it's been over a year now too. So I'm also, that's also kind of an excuse to not do it. Well, it's been a year. So I kind of coronavirus. Definitely, I don't want to get corona, but also it's been a year. But I don't think.
I also think the situation is also it's just different with you, man, because you have a family to go home to. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just coming home to Travis. Like that's me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's me and him. So like we rode there together, the whole thing. So like it was it's still low risk, and we have no interaction with the crowd when we do it. Like once it's over, we go back into the green room and just leave out.
I'm not judging by. I'm not
Yeah.
saying. I wish I could do it. I miss it so much, but I'm so.
Know what?
Because of the military and like the burn, like all of I just know that I'd be the person that got it, and like I would just turn to dust and I'd fall into my own asshole and disappear.
That's what happens, man. That's what it's. New strain, the new mutant strain will make your asshole dissolve. A lot of asshole talk on this episode. We've been
speaking of asshole. I'm about to tell you, my asshole dropped out of my body this week.
Huh?
WWE announced that the WWE Network is being moved from their network and being added to Peacock.
Yeah, you were upset. You were fired up about it.
For no,
you messaged our group at like 4 a.m. Like you were lit up.
Bro, I was so goddamn mad when I read that, and for no reason. Turns out the WWE Network only has 1 million subscribers or so, something like that. But my concern was, I like to go watch random shit from like a Georgia show in 1988 on a Saturday that WCW did. I want to see, and I was like, they're not going to put that shit onto the other.
On the Peacock.
Like, that's a bigger one, and then I'll have to sign in to this one, and I have to get another fucking, and I was so goddamn mad, and then I just went and signed up for it, and.
Yeah, it's just there. It's just the network moved over there. Yeah.
Yep, no big deal.
And now it's on a platform with The Office. Now it's on like
that's the other thing.
You could go from 1988 Georgia South Wrestling immediately into an episode of The Office. Yeah.
And I do it regularly. I bought The Office and Parks and Rec right before they were taken off of Netflix. I bought them on iTunes, and then the streaming thing I bought doesn't have Apple TV.
Oh, dude.
So so it was totally worth it, but Henry has started watching, my 2-year-old, has started watching wrestling with me, and he loves the old, 80s shit that I watch. There's more costumey stuff, but, dude, he mimics it all, and his new mimic is Sting. He's obsessed with Sting, and that's my son, Sting. And, oh, yeah, dude, I totally get it, especially the blonde hair. So, now... he'll beat on his chest, and he puts his hands to his mouth and goes, "Oh!" Amazing. And he will do it. If you do it from anywhere in the house and he hears it, he'll throw his hands up and do it back. And he runs across the couch and he pushes the cushions off. And now he does this every time before he jumps off. He goes and then slaps his elbow and then elbow drops somebody. He tries to do the Dusty elbow.
Yeah,
He'll spin his fist around and then he just falls over. He runs up to Michelle and he just starts going like he's punching her, and then I think he's doing a drop kick because he backs up and picks his feet up and then just falls over. But he's so into it, and it's the best shit in the world to have that. He's in every time I turn on wrestling that literally nobody else wants to watch, he jumps on my lap and couldn't be more excited about it.
Hey, that's great.
Pretty great. Zoe started a toy collection.
Oh yeah, well, what'd she start with?
All right, so we bought her. She's really into My Little Ponies right now, and so we got her some My Little Pony toys. And her first thing was she was gonna add them to her collection upstairs, which just means she wants to put them on the table in the bedroom upstairs so Henry can't play with them. That's all that her collection started out being. But now she's started coming in here and just taking shit out of the room over here.
Got a new collection.
She right now in her room, she has multiple Stings because he has pretty makeup on, is what she says. And I don't like the way she phrases it. Whatever. So she's got every Wonder Woman toy I've ever had. She's got those in there, and she's like, "Who's this?" And I'm like, "Oh, that's a Stone Cold Steve Austin." She's like, "Stone Cold Steve Austin's my favorite. I want to put it in my collection." And I was like, "All right." And then she's added seashells to it and like old crappy stuff. And I've realized that she doesn't have she's just a hoarder. Like at 5 years old, she's just a hoarder already. She's got toilet paper rolls in there, 6 dead cats under these
old newspapers from years before she was even born. Don't throw this away. This is important.
But she'll come ask me. She'll come ask me who somebody is, and I'm like, oh, that's the UK exclusive Rick Steiner. She's like, the UK exclusive Rick Steiner is my favorite.
It always has been.
And then she's like, I need to put this in my collection. I'm like, all right, you can go put it. And then she was showing me her collection right before she went to bed a minute ago. And Michelle was up here. And Michelle said, what are you talking about? And Zoe goes, Mama, you don't have a collection. Dada and me are talking about our collections.
This is collector's
talk.
Get fucked. And it would just take a lot for us to explain it to you, really.
We'd have to dumb it down.
And,
she's hit this level where I know people don't give a shit about hearing about.
No, anyway. Man, it's cute. They care about us. This is a show where we talk about our lives. They care about our lives.
She has hit this level where she says stuff really sarcastically, almost accidentally. The other day, all right, she was writing on the fence in chalk. Our house is covered in drawings because I don't give it. We're gonna have to paint anyway. So if they drew it on the walls, if they drew on the walls with like a pencil or whatever, who cares? I take pictures of it because I'm gonna get tattoos of their drawings. But so Zoe's out drawing on the fence in the backyard with chalk, and then she yells at me to come out there, and I run out because she's screaming, and she says, "Dada, you're late for math class." And I was like, oh, I didn't know I was supposed to be in math class. All right. So I run over there, and I'm just standing there, and I mean, she's like talking like she's actually teaching me, and I'm bored out of my mind. So I looked around to see what Henry was doing or something. And dude, she looked at me and she goes, seriously? Am I up here for my health? And I was like, oh, shit. I'm so sorry. Whoa.
Yeah, you have my attention. I'm sorry.
She sounded so sarcastic and shitty about it. Can I ask the Ducket heads out there a favor before we get out of here this week?
Do what you want.
Zoe's birthday is coming up. She's going to be 5.
Yeah.
It would be really great if you listen to this, if you would just make a short video and wish Zoe or Zojo a happy birthday. Don't do anything weird.
Please don't do anything weird.
She likes seeing videos, and I'm gonna watch them all. So if you do any weird shit, I'm gonna come to your house and do weird shit on you.
Yeah, I'm gonna untuck my shirt and come fuck you up.
When I get out of the car and you see that purple LSU and it's unbuttoned down and untucked, fuck.
Ooh, you know what's coming. Run. You better run, but it's too late.
But what's the email for the show?
What is it? bucketsofduckets@gmail.com. Oh no, Buckets of Duckets pod@gmail.com.
bucketsofducketspod@gmail.com. Just send a little short happy birthday video to her. It would mean a lot to me and her. But don't be weird about it.
Please don't be weird. All right, bro. You ready to get out of here, man?
Let's get out of here this week, America. Truth has been revealed. Your eyes have been awoken to the realness that's happening in this world now. You need to take this truth forth, patriots, and preach it out into the streets. You need to awake the sleeping masses. Let them know the deep state's time is over and the truth is out there. Get it out there. Spread the word. Buckets of Duckets. Like and subscribe. Tell all your friends in the megaphones, at parks and such. The truth will set you free. Lies get you fucked.
bucketsofduckets.com. Thank you guys. Well said, sir.